Paper 2 is reading paper. It is comprised of two parts, Section 1 and Section 2. Section 1 is reading for ideas and Section 2 is reading for meaning. Altogether, you have an hour and 45 minutes to finish off this paper. This paper is of 50 marks as there are two sections, so you are required to divide the time wisely. For the first section, that is reading for ideas, you can utilize 45 minutes, and the other section, that is reading for meaning, can be attempted in an hour. All the questions are to be answered in the question paper. Ideas, which is of 25 marks, you will have a non-fiction passage of approximately 700 words. There are three things to be done. The very first thing is note making. In the passage, you will have two themes, well elaborated. They could be as easy as advantages or disadvantages, or it could be even a timeline. You have to make notes, and this part of paper is of 12 marks. You are required to write summary out of the notes that you have developed. The summary should be of 150 to 180 words, including the 10 words that are already given to start off the summary. For this task, 10 marks are reserved and they would be awarded for relevance and coherence. The third task is to answer the short questions, which would be of 3 marks. They would be based on facts and opinion. Notes you are required to extract at least 12 content points, excluding the two given examples, one for each theme. You're advised to write more than 12 content points in case if any one of them is incorrect. You can get the marks for the extra points that you have mentioned. Try to give equal weightage to both the themes. Your points should be short, concise, and at this stage you're required not to use your own words. It may cause confusion at the time of writing summary. You would not identify which words are yours and which are of the passage. Avoid adding details and examples as you have to summarize it later. You are required to be to the point. It's very easy to identify the details and examples. There are phrases like, for example, for instance, and even punctuation helps you a lot. For example, there would be colon, use of dash or brackets to identify that the given information is detail or examples. In the information, make sure that you do not delete the most significant details. For example, here, extermination carried out. The reason is more important. So if you do not write why the animals are being killed, then you would not gain the marks for it. Try to write the points in the same box according to the theme. Put them in order, especially if it's a timeline. Any mistake of a spelling or grammatical error would not be penalized here. You will use the notes to write the summary, which should be formal and continuous prose. You may make one paragraph or two paragraphs, one for each theme. You'll include any of the 12 content points and you would strictly use your own words. However, if there are thematic jargons used, they would remain in the same way. For practice of the summary, you may use thesaurus. You need to find out the alternate words for the most common words that are used in the factual passages of the past papers.
This is a list of 25 words to help you come across the words that are mostly found in these factual passages of CAIE paper. The continuation of the synonym sheet, there are 15 words that are commonly found in the CAIE paper passages. You can create your own list as well. In summary writing, you are required to link ideas and paragraphs by using the connectors. These linking words are for different purposes, for example, to show contrast, sequence, or consequences of something. This is the list of linking words which can be used for different situations. You're required to come up with a variety of sentence structures. These sentences could be simple, compound, or complex. For creating a compound sentence, you can merge two simple sentences together using one of the fanboys connectors. Fanboys is actually an acronym that depicts 7 coordinating conjunctions. These are some of the ways in which you can construct compound sentences using coordinating conjunctions. The fanboys conjunction. For composing complex sentences, you can use another acronym, I saw our boob. These are actually subordinating conjunctions which can be used to join simple sentences together, resulting into complex sentences. After writing the summary, you are required to proofread your work as serious errors of language are penalized in this part of paper. For example, wrong verb forms in place of writing taught for the verb teach. Some of the students incline to write teached. Another example is adding ed to the verb forms that remain same in all three forms. For example, hurt, 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 cut, 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 put, put. Another serious error is adding ing form to second or third form of verb, although ing form is only added to the first form of verb, just like taking. You're also required to be very much particular about the use of tenses. For elaborating past incident, you're required to use past tense. At some of the places, the prepositions are even misused. For example, since and for differentiation. For is used to show particular time period. For example, for 2 months, for 3 weeks, for 5 hours. Wherever since can be used like since morning, since 2010. The time period is not very definite. While you write your own words at that time, if you are not very much sure about the substitute or alternate word, you may write description rather than coming up with the words for which you're not sure about the spelling or you're not sure about the meaning. The next glaring error could be of subject verb agreement. You need to know the rules that a singular subject should have singular verbs and plural subjects should have plural verbs. The other errors include punctuation, frequent spelling mistakes, and breakdown of sense. Here it means that the sentences are not logical, coherent, and create confusion for the reader. This is the band descriptor for task fulfillment in summary writing. to attain band 5 marks, that's 9 to 10, you're required to fulfill all the requirements. To sum up, in order to get maximum marks in summary writing, all the points should be relevant to the theme. You should have used variety of sentences and punctuation. You should have used your own words and they should be put into a logical sequence. And your ideas, sentences, and paragraphs are connected using linking devices. The last task of reading for ideas is to answer short questions. Here you are required to write or distinguish facts from opinions. You are required to extract the facts and opinion from the relevant paragraphs. You can easily distinguish fact from opinion as facts are discovered, they are true, they can be verified, they are never controversial as they rely on observation and research. On the other hand, opinions are created, they are not always true, they can be controversial, and they rely on assumptions, belief, and someone's feeling. These are some of the examples of facts and opinions. You can see in the first three pieces of information. The information given is based on some research work, study, while the examples that are given for opinion, they're based on someone's personal feelings and beliefs, and it could be easily falsified.